In this lesson, you're going to learn the basics about starting your own business. The great law of the universe, often called the iron law, is the law of cause and effect. It says that for every effect in your life or business, there's a cause. It says that if you instill the causes, you get the effects. If you can be clear about the effect that you want, a successful, profitable business, you can trace it back to someone else who started with nothing and built a successful, profitable business and see what they did. Now here's the great rule. If you do what other successful entrepreneurs do over and over again, nothing can stop you from eventually getting the same results that they do. So let's talk about what other successful entrepreneurs, of which there are millions today, have done to become financially independent. There are 5 essential abilities that you must develop to succeed in business of any kind, and they are all learnable. These are the keys to starting and building your own successful business, and they're also essential to your making the most valuable contribution you possibly can to the company that you are currently working for. You can learn each of these skills on the job. You can learn them by transferring from one position to another or from one company to another as your career evolves. They're essential for business success, your own or somebody else's. The first ability you require is the ability to plan, organize, and get results. It is the most valuable and highest paid ability in the country. Your ability to get results and to take responsibility for results in your company is the hallmark of the high achiever. Continually ask yourself, what results are expected of me? Look around you at your company. What are the results that are most responsible for the success of the business? Who are the most respected people and what are they doing? Keep asking yourself, how can I increase my ability to get the most important results that my company requires to succeed? The key to success in business, either your own or that of someone else, is to do more than you are paid for. Always be prepared to go the extra mile. Remember, there are never any traffic jams on the extra mile. When you dedicate yourself to always doing more than you are paid for, more than your boss expects, you put yourself on the side of the angels. You bring yourself to the attention of people who can help you. You open doors for yourself that remain closed to the average performer. Since the average employee does only what they are told to do and no more, when you begin to go the extra mile, you will immediately stand out. Take advantage of your employer. Treat your job as a laboratory in which you can learn a wide variety of skills at someone else's expense. Volunteer for everything. Offer to take on additional responsibilities. Work longer, harder hours than the average. Every single skill and experience you acquire at your work accumulates to make you more valuable and successful in the future. The second major skill is to market and sell. You need the ability to communicate, to persuade others, and to sell the products and services of your company. The most important reason for success in any business is high sales. The major reason for failure in any business is low sales. The greater impact you can have on sales revenue and cash flow, the more valuable and important you become to your company. Whatever position you are in, decide today that you're going to learn how to sell effectively. Read books on the subject. Take courses and seminars from professional sales trainers. Join a Toastmasters International chapter and learn how to speak effectively in public. Look for opportunities to sell or to become involved in sales activities in your company. Over the years, I've conducted sales seminars for more than 1 million sales professionals. Many of these people start off as accountants, engineers, plumbers, truck drivers, and military personnel. They often tell me that initially the whole idea of selling was quite frightening for them, but they could not find any other job at the time. However, as soon as they realized that selling is a skill, like riding a bicycle or typing at a keyboard, their whole attitude toward themselves and their possibilities changed. In a few months or a couple of years, by practicing basic sales skills over and over, many of them became extraordinarily successful and earned far more money than they had ever had before. Some of them went on to start their own businesses, and many of them became millionaires as a result. Probably 85% of your success in life, both personal and business, will be determined by your ability to get along well with other people. The better you become at asking good questions and listening intently to the answers, at making presentations and persuading people to cooperate with you, the more impact you will have on your world and the more valuable you will become. And these are all learnable skills. The third key to business success is the ability to select the right people. To succeed in business, you need the ability to interview, select, and decide upon the right people and to build effective teams. The ability to get people to cooperate and to work together in the achievement of common goals is considered to be the most important of all skills for gaining a promotion, for building a business, and for achieving success at work. Every CEO of a Fortune 500 corporation started as a junior employee with no staff at all. By learning how to interact well with one person at a time, they were soon given assistants, or the responsibility of organizing other people into a team to achieve a particular business result. The better they became at working with their teams, the more responsibility they were given, along with higher pay. As you demonstrate your ability to work well with one person, you will soon become a supervisor and then a manager. At each stage of your career, as you demonstrate your ability to get results through other people, you will be promoted and given even more people to manage and greater results to accomplish. Eventually, you become an executive and then a leader within your organization. When I was 24 years old, I took a job in straight commission sales, going from office to office in the daytime and from door to door in the evenings. I read everything I could find on sales. I listened to audio cassettes throughout the day and evening and sought advice from everyone who was ahead of me in my field. In less than a year, I learned how to sell effectively. I increased my income, doubled it, and then doubled it again. I was soon being asked to recruit and train new people, which I did by telling them what I had learned. Soon, they were selling successfully as well. This experience transformed my life. Within 2 years, I had built a 95-person sales force that was operating successfully in 6 countries. I had taken myself from rags to riches in professional selling. I had gone from living in a small rooming house to living in a beautifully furnished apartment overlooking the city. I'd gone from worrying about money every day to never carrying less than $1,000 in $20 bills. In retrospect, I saw that my success was simply a matter of learning and applying, first, the skills of selling, and second, the skills of team building. You can learn these skills as well. The fourth key to business success is that you need to be able to negotiate well on your own behalf. All successful business people are good negotiators. They know how to ask for more when they are selling and offer less when they are buying. They've developed the ability to negotiate and resolve conflict among the people that they work with. They've learned how to negotiate loans, terms, and conditions with bankers and financial suppliers. They've learned how to negotiate payment terms with suppliers and vendors. They've learned how to negotiate sales with customers. They can negotiate work assignments, responsibilities, and pay with their staff. To be successful in business, you must become an excellent negotiator. The alternative is that you will always be out-negotiated by others. Fortunately, negotiating is a skill you acquire through learning and practice. You can read books, listen to audio programs, and take negotiating seminars. You can learn from the best in the business and then practice on every occasion. Perhaps the most important word in negotiating is the word ask. Develop the habit of asking for what you want. And if you don't like the first answer, ask again for something different. Ask for better prices and terms. Ask for better conditions. Ask for better seats on airlines and for better rooms in hotels. Ask for better tables in restaurants and better cars when you rent. By developing the habit of continually asking for what you want, you will eventually become an excellent negotiator in every area of your life. And here's the key. Ask positively. Ask courteously. Ask warmly. Ask expectantly. Ask cheerfully. But don't be afraid to ask. The fifth requirement for success in business, your own or someone else's, is to master the numbers. An understanding of accounting, business financing, and cost controls will help you to succeed in any business. It's amazing how many people have built successful businesses on the front end by selling substantial quantities of their products and services, but then lost all their money on the back end because they did not understand the numbers of their business. As it happens, most entrepreneurs are more conceptual than detailed. They're more focused on people, products, and sales than they are on financial statements. Nonetheless, financial management is a basic skill that you can learn with a little instruction and practice. After that, you can hire competent bookkeepers and accountants to stay on top of the numbers, but you must be able to read them and interpret them for yourself. You don't have to become an expert in accounting, but you must understand how to read a financial statement. You must understand the difference between gross and net profit. You must understand the difference between fixed, variable, and semi-variable costs. You must learn how to monitor receivables and payables. Above all, you must keep your hand on the pulse of the cash flow in your business. This is the determinant of success or failure. To start and grow your business, you'll usually have to borrow money and arrange lines of credit from your bank. Banks are in the business of making good loans. The completeness and accuracy of your financial projections and your loan requests will largely determine whether you get the money in the first place. Many businesses have actually been forced to close down because the entrepreneur was not capable of putting together an acceptable loan application, and this is a learnable skill. These then are the 5 requirements for succeeding in business. First, you must develop the ability to plan, organize, and get results. Second, you must develop the ability to sell, communicate, and interact effectively with others. Third, you must develop the ability to pick the right people and to form them together into effective work teams. Fourth, you must develop the ability to negotiate on your own behalf and for your business. And fifth, you must learn how to read financial statements and develop the ability to understand bookkeeping, accounting, and finances. The good news is that you can learn each of these through on-the-job training. You can learn them all while you're working for another business. When you think of going into a business, take the time to study the companies already in that business. Why are they successful? Why are they unsuccessful? What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? In every industry, 20% of the companies are earning 80% of the profits. Identify these top companies and determine exactly why it is that they are successful. Once you've determined why some companies are succeeding and some are failing, take the time to conduct a complete analysis. Analyze the reasons for success. Analyze the reasons for failure. How could you improve the product, service, or business in some way? How could you make your product or service so attractive to your customers that they would prefer to buy from you rather than to buy from someone else? There's a saying that all you have to do is to improve an existing product or service by 10%, and you can start a new business. All you need to be is 10% new, different, or superior to start yourself on the road to success and financial freedom. Entrepreneurship is the art of finding profitable solutions to problems. Every successful entrepreneur, every successful business person, has been a person who has been able to identify a problem and come up with a solution to it before someone else did. Here are the 5 rules for success as an entrepreneur. Number 1, you can find a need and fill it. Human wants and needs are unlimited. Therefore, the opportunities for entrepreneurship and financial success are unlimited as well. The only constraint on the business opportunities available to you are the limits you place on your own imagination. Ross Perot was a top salesman for IBM. Many of his customers complained that they needed help processing the massive amounts of data stored in their IBM computers. Ross Perot went to his superiors at IBM and suggested that they move downstream into the data processing business as an addition to the business of selling mainframe computers. They rejected his idea and turned him down flat. His superiors at IBM told him that they had no interest in diversifying out of the computer business. He resigned and went out on his own. With a $1,000 loan from his mother, Ross Perot visited several of his IBM customers and proposed to handle all of their data processing needs. He offered to provide these services for less than the companies were already paying and to split any additional savings on a 50-50 basis. Finally, one of his clients agreed to take him up on his offer and to advance him the money necessary to set up his first data processing system. And the system worked. Ross Perot went on to build up electronic data processing, later EDP Industries, processing data for companies all over the country. He eventually sold EDP to General Motors for $2.8 billion, becoming one of the richest men in the world. He found a need, and he filled it. Second, you can find a problem and solve it. Wherever there is a widespread and unsolved customer problem, there's an opportunity for you to start and build a successful business. Once upon a time, before photocopiers, the only way to type multiple copies of a letter was with carbon paper placed between sheets of stationery. But a single mistake would require the typist to go through and erase the mistake on every single copy. This was enormously clumsy and time-consuming. Then, a secretary working for a small company in Minneapolis began mixing flour with nail varnish in order to white out the mistakes she was making in her typing. Her friends in the same office soon asked if she could make some of this liquid for them. To satisfy this demand, she began mixing little bottles of flour and nail varnish on her kitchen table. Soon, people in other offices began asking for it. The demand became so great that she eventually quit her job and began working full-time manufacturing what she called liquid paper. A few years later, the Gillette Corporation came along and bought her out for $47 million cash. Now, there are problems everywhere. Your job is to find one of these problems and solve it better than it has been solved in the past. Find a problem that everyone has and see if you can't come up with a solution for it. Find a way to supply a product or service better, faster, cheaper, or easier. Use your imagination. Some years ago, a man named Clemens Wilson took his family on a cross-country vacation. He was frustrated when he could find no hotels that could accommodate traveling families. So he pooled all of his savings and the savings of his friends and family and started the first Holiday Inn. It was an immediate success. Today, Holiday Inn is one of the most successful hotel chains in the world, and Clemens Wilson retired as a very wealthy man. The third rule for successful entrepreneurship is to focus on the customer. The key to success in business is to focus on the customer. Become obsessed with your customer. Become fixated on your customer's wants, needs, and desires. Think of your customer all the time. Think of what your customer is willing to pay for. Think about your customer's problems. See yourself as if you were working for your customer. This obsession with customer service is the key to entrepreneurial success in every industry. Even Sam Walton, founder of Walmart stores and one of the richest men in the world, once said, "We all have one boss, and that's the customer. And the customer can fire us any time he likes by simply taking his business somewhere else." The fourth rule for entrepreneurial success is to bootstrap your way to success. Once you've come up with a problem or idea, resolve to invest your time, talent, and energy instead of your money to get started. Most great personal fortunes in the United States were started with an idea and with the sale of personal services. Most great fortunes were started by people with no money, resources, or backing. They were started with individuals who came up with an idea, who then put their whole heart into producing a product or service that someone else would buy. This is called sweat equity. Instead of investing cash to start your business, invest your sweat equity. Invest the sweat of your brow to get started. If you have little or no money, look for ways to buy something at a lower price and sell it at a higher price. In this way, you generate positive cash flow and create a foundation for business success. Many of the richest men and women in the country started this way. To be a big business success, you must first be a small business success. To sell many items at high prices, you must first sell a few items at low prices. My first business venture was selling soap at 50 cents a box, 4 bars per box, door to door. My second business venture was selling newspaper subscriptions at $1.75 per week. My third business venture was selling $2 discount coupons on Christmas trees for sale at a nearby lot. I moved into the big time when I started mowing lawns around the neighborhood at $2.50 each. Large trees grow from small seeds. You can begin your drive toward business success with a second income opportunity. Since all your success will ultimately be rooted in your ability to sell products and services, the sooner you learn how to do it, the better it will be for you, and the faster you'll be successful. Some people start their business careers by buying items during the week and selling them on the weekends at flea markets and swap meets. Others go to garage sales first thing in the morning with a pickup truck, scoop up all the best items at the lowest prices, and then hold their own garage sales once a month where they sell off everything they've gathered at higher prices than they paid. As a result, they learn how to buy and sell. They learn how to negotiate, buying for less and selling for more. They learn how to communicate and compromise. They learn how to pick products that will sell quickly at higher prices. The only way to triumph is to try. The only way to succeed is to fail and to learn as a result of your failures. The only way to learn to be successful in business is to practice, 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 just like in any sport. If you're not willing to practice and pay the price, you'll never gain sufficient experience to succeed. If you're not willing to put in the time necessary to learn basic business skills, you won't stand a chance against someone who is willing to pay that price. Probably 95% of American workers have the ability to start and build their own businesses if they would simply learn how and then give it a try. Business success is based on a series of formulas, combinations, and recipes, all of which are learnable. There are more than 27 million U.S. businesses, with an additional 1 million new businesses started each year. You can start a new business faster, more easily, and at a lower cost in the United States than perhaps any other country on earth. Literally anybody can do it, including you. Right now, you may be asking, well, where do you start if you have to work full-time? How can you generate a second income and prepare for starting your own business? Well, one way is to start a network marketing business. I've been in several network marketing businesses and had a lot of experience. Multi-level or network marketing is an excellent second income opportunity. Millions of people throughout the world are taking advantage of the opportunity multi-level marketing offers to start and build a successful business quickly and inexpensively. They use the foundation of a network marketing business to learn the vital business skills at low cost. Now, network marketing has both been maligned and misunderstood. Just as in any business, there are both good and bad network marketing opportunities. But the business model itself has been tried and proven successful worldwide for more than 50 years. It works for anyone who is willing to invest the necessary sweat equity required by any business. In its simplest terms, network marketing is a form of distribution, just like retail, wholesale, catalogs, direct selling, telemarketing, and internet sales. Network marketing is a way of getting the product or service from the manufacturer or originator to the end customer. The markup in price from manufacturer to retail seller is divided among the various people in the network marketing channel. For example, if a price has a retail sales price of $10 and it costs $2.50 to manufacture, there's a difference of $7.50 to be used for marketing, sales, advertising, distribution, promotion, packaging, and delivery. In network marketing, this difference between the manufacturing cost and retail price is divided among the various distributors in the network marketing chain. When you begin in network marketing, you earn 25 to 35% of the retail price as your commission for selling the product to the end customer. As you increase your sales volume or recruit additional distributors who achieve certain levels of sales volume, the percentage commission that you receive increases to 40%, 45%, 50%, and so on. You earn an override on the sales of the people under you whose volume is not yet high enough for them to qualify for the higher commissions that you are earning. Everybody benefits, nobody loses. In network marketing, you get the opportunity to start small, often by investing a few dollars for a sample kit and taking orders from your friends and neighbors, which you then fulfill by buying the product from the distributor and delivering it. In this process, you learn the business skills of selling, organizing, making presentations, accounting, team building, negotiating, persuading, and communicating. Probably 85% of what you need to know to be successful in business you can learn from running a successful multi-level marketing business. Many people have the idea that they are too good to buy and sell small products to the people around them. These people are always amazed when they find that doctors, lawyers, engineers, architects, and other professionals are busy building successful multi-level marketing businesses in order to create second income streams for themselves and their families. One of the hallmarks of self-made millionaires is that they're always willing to do whatever is necessary on the way up. They're always willing to do what is called dog work. They're willing to render humble services to their customers, especially at the beginning. They're willing to roll up their sleeves and plunge in. They're willing to make sales calls, pack boxes, deliver products personally, and take care of the bookkeeping and accounting involved in every business, large or small. People who ultimately become financially successful never think of themselves as being too good for any particular job. They recognize that there is a price to be paid for every success, and the sooner they pay that price, the sooner they can get on to achieving the financial independence they desire. Meanwhile, the people who think that they are too good to start at the bottom are the ones who never succeed and who eventually retire poor. They just remain at the bottom. There's another extremely popular way for you to start with nothing and become financially independent, and that is to get on board the Internet Express. In 1999, Andrew Grove, the president of Intel, stated, "In 5 years there will be no more Internet businesses." This statement was greeted with shock and surprise. At that time, Internet companies were going public at billion-dollar valuations, and people were predicting the world has changed forever. But his point was valid. He went on to say that within 5 years there would be companies that would have an Internet presence, just as companies have telephone numbers and addresses. But many Internet companies would no longer be in business, as they would no longer be able to compete. And his prediction came true. Today, every business of consequence, including sole proprietorships and businesses run by people off their kitchen tables, has an Internet site. The good news is that today, the Internet has been developed by geniuses so that it can be used successfully by morons. Today, anyone can start an Internet business for a few dollars and begin marketing to the entire world. This means you. There are numerous courses and kits that you can acquire at low cost to start your Internet businesses. Large companies like Yahoo, Google, and America Online will provide you with everything you need to open an Internet store. You can create connections with other Internet businesses in exchange for leads and customers. You can create newsletters and advertisements that eventually reach hundreds, if not thousands of people. For a small investment, you can create an Internet business that is limited only by your own imagination. Just as with any business, you should investigate before you invest. Read books, take courses, and even surf the Internet to learn how to start and build an Internet business. Start with a single product for which you feel there is a widespread demand and concentrate on selling more and more of that product to a greater number of customers. As you become more confident and competent in selling a single product, you can expand your product offerings. If you do it right, you can soon have a business that earns you thousands of dollars per month. One way you can start off easily is by buying and selling on eBay, which only costs a few dollars and which has made many people financially successful in a short period of time. When I began my speaking, training, and consulting business in 1981, there was no Internet. We used direct mail, direct selling, and telemarketing to generate business. There was no other way. In 1995, as the Internet began growing and expanding, we set up our first Internet site. It was a bare-bones site with some brief descriptions of the audio and video learning programs we had available. We had it managed by an outside company that charged us a commission on all sales. We set it up for MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and Discover Card, and put in security provisions to guard against loss or theft. Over the next 5 years, our sales grew to several $1,000s per month. As the amount of business being done on the Internet expanded, we realized that we were missing the full benefits available. We therefore invested another $60,000 to completely redesign and upgrade our site. This led immediately to an increase in sales up to several $100s per day. Finally, we decided to bite the bullet and develop a world-class Internet business. After a series of mistakes, we found a competent team of Internet development experts who completely rebuilt our site, expanded our offerings to more than 100 products, and connected us to more than 600 other companies that offered our products on their own sites in exchange for a percentage of sales. Today, our Internet business generates almost $2 million per year in sales. It has more than paid back everything we've invested and generates substantial profits every month. We sometimes joke among ourselves that we used to make more money than Amazon.com because we generate net profits every month, while Amazon.com was still losing money. Here's a key point. If thousands and even millions of other people can start with complete ignorance of the Internet, and by study, practice, and application can build a profitable Internet business, this is proof that you can as well. Most of the businesses that are successful today did not exist a few years ago. Most of the best-selling products and services today did not exist a few years ago. Most of the great fortunes of tomorrow will be made in businesses that don't exist today, selling products and services that don't exist today to customers and markets that do not yet exist. This means that the opportunities are everywhere and unlimited. Success author Orison Swett Marden once wrote, "The first part of success is get-to-itiveness. The second part of success is stick-to-itiveness. Every business begins with an act of faith and courage, a bold leap into the unknown. As Peter Drucker wrote, whenever you see a successful business, someone, somewhere once took a big chance. Only 1 in 10 people who want to start their own business ever develops enough courage to begin and has enough perseverance to continue. The keys to success are always get-to-itiveness and stick-to-itiveness. The fear of failure holds people back more than any other factor. The fear of failure puts a brake on your potential and paralyzes your actions. And the fear of failure makes failure inevitable. Don't let it hold you back. The only antidote to failure is purposeful action in the direction of your dreams over and over until all thought of failure disappears. Now, here are 3 things that you can do immediately to start moving yourself forward at a faster pace. First, look at your current job and decide what additional skills you could learn and acquire on the job or by taking extra courses. Use your job as a springboard to future success. Second, remember that experience is the key to success. Identify the areas where you need more experience in order to get better results where you work and in your own business. Make plans to get into at least one of those areas immediately. And third, look for business opportunities everywhere. Develop an entrepreneurial mindset and continually be open and curious about needs not satisfied and problems not solved. Remember, one idea is all you need to make your first million. And the ideas are all around you.
This audiobook is continued on Disc 8.